They now include my little dog, Sally.
The art of doll collecting is really fun and whimsical and magical.
I always played with dolls from the time I was a small child.
Our earliest dolls, they're hand-painted, handmade, basically.
When I got older, I loved history of costume, I loved fabrics, and I loved sewing.
It's their ultimate piece of art.
You can put them all together with the antique dolls.
Antique dolls are a very sound investment.
We're at Turn of the Century Antiques in Denver, one of the largest doll stores in the entire country, and we're exploring the fascinating world of doll collecting.
Our passion is antique dolls from the late 1700s all the way up to maybe the late 1960s. A big portion of our clientele are people that are trying to replace dolls that they had really good memories of their grandmother having or that they had when they were a child. The other clientele are people that just have a very strong passion for antique dolls. They've loved them since the day they were born. They've been collecting them their entire lives, and they keep expanding and upping the ante on their collection. In each realm of collecting, each niche, there are extremely valuable examples. We have German dolls, French dolls, and then we have American dolls. The most fun are our German character dolls. They're generally making some kind of, they're crying or they're screaming or they have some kind of ugly face. And that is what is collectible today, because back then, some of those ugly face dolls would scare little children and they wouldn't want them, so they didn't sell a lot of them. And so those are the ones that are actually highly sought after today. Another big piece is our French fashion dolls that you think of when you think of a beautiful antique doll. A lot of those dresses, they were fashion dresses, and they had them in windows of people who made clothes, and then they were examples of what you could get a full-size version of. So those dresses are highly sought after today. The early American dolls, a lot of them are made out of cloth. They have painted features. Those early folk dolls that slaves made is another big piece of the collecting world. Most commonly, the materials that dolls are made from that you'll find are bisque. It's a form of porcelain. That's the biggest one, I would say. And then after that, it would be china, wax, hard plastic, and wood. Oftentimes when a doll walks in our door, they don't look like the ones that you see in our cases. They've been stored in a box or in an attic for 50 years. So we have a complete in-house restoration department. We clean their clothes and we do things, in a museum type of way.
I do so in the period of the doll and just try to recreate the way the doll clothes were originally made.
Even though dolls may be the oldest known toy, those who buy, sell, and collect them do so for a variety of reasons, such as a fine art investment or their love of history.
Dolls, in a way, are art, so people actually do have galleries or spaces where they put their dolls on the wall, and some of our collectors, they play with them and they dress them. They increase in value every single year, so people feel safe putting their money in them and they enjoy them as well. How you want to collect is kind of up to you, however you manifest your passion, but people do it in all different ways, which is really fun.
Vintage Colorado is funded in part by RubyLane.com, featuring thousands of independent shops showcasing quality antiques and art, vintage collectibles, and jewelry items from around the world. www.rubylane.com.